I had a gig recently. It was 5 days of pickup shoots for a feature film, independent, and this is actually the last day. We were in a dentist office that was being staged as a clinic. Just, general medical facility is what the director was going for. I have a couple tungsten units outside, 650 and a 1K. Here we have a Vortex. They're a 4x250 and a Stereotube on the floor stand. And if I can get out of the way of my own shot, here's a little look at the monitor. The shot ended up being handheld, but this is just an overview. Those tungsten units I'm controlling via wireless DMX. They're ran through this Elation dimmer box with a Centena and a 3 to 5 pin adapter. So I have wireless control over both tungsten units. This is end of the night, we're outdoors. There's a 600D with a lantern. We kind of played this setup a lot. Lantern pointed straight up, giving some general ambience to the scene. And I just repositioned that 1K that was already outside, sodium vapor gel on it. Another look at that, little bit of cable management. Had to be clean because it had to disappear in the shot. Here's some other, apologize for the vertical video, but I shot this for an Instagram story. But another look at that lantern setup. Here was we were in a cabin on Mount Hood for a day. Here is Milo MacGyver State Park in Oregon, and a house location that we were at for what ended up being 2 days. Vortex on a Mambo combo coming in through the second story window, and here's some day exteriors where we just have a Jolico going through a Hampshire frost. And I'm now just kind of doing some organization, kind of sussing out the situation from the last feature, or from the last job. It was a feature, it was pickups, so it wasn't a full feature length schedule, but yeah, we had some rain, and I pulled out a bunch of rubber matting scraps to keep some ballast dry and whatnot. I like this one with the grommet. My other pieces are just I've just been taping them, just been rolling them up and gaffing them, but I think I'm looking on Amazon soon to buy a grommet kit. I just really like how streamlined that is, and not using tape, so it's a little quicker and by nature a little cheaper because we're not using expendables. What else? I had an idea of this stuff here that's kind of always falling down. I'm thinking about buying a Slim Jim trash can, strapping that in there, and then all these long tall things will just slide in the trash can, so I'm not spilling the whole section right there to get something out. Same for back there, although I'm not sure. I think the Slim Jim is too big for that space, but looking at some kind of solution to keep those. That's an aperture lantern and softbox. I want to do something to keep that a little more easily accessible too. Another project that I've been wanting to do, this cart, I've never really found a good place for. Looking at I'd like to have it just kind of mounted on the wall so it's there when I need it, and out of the way when I don't. I by no means see this as its permanent home, but it definitely solves a need right now for me. That's kind of one advantage of having the whole thing built out of wood. As I'm building and growing, I just install some hooks, install some D-rings, whatever I need, just kind of build it as I go, and eventually over time everything's going to find its place. I did end up taking a trip to Home Depot for the Slim Jim trash can. Here's a kind of look at what typically happens anytime I try and take something out from this section. Here's a test fit. It fits well in there, however, and it fits everything that I need. However, it didn't leave room enough in the space for my for the other case that needs to go in there. So looking at rethinking that, doing a little modification. I ended up cutting the handle off. Only cut it off one side, but I figure that saved me maybe a couple inches. If I need to, I might cut the handle off on the other side. I hadn't done it yet, but here's another look at the test fit oriented the other way, and it actually works pretty well right there. Here's me figuring out if I can tie a trucker's hitch one-handed. Ended up working out, but I've got to put the phone down to tie it off. So everything in its home there. The light case, that is a light flexible mat called made by a company called DP Lumi, and that fits the space also pretty well. And overall, very happy with the trash can. Never thought I'd be so excited over a trash bin, but it definitely solved a huge problem that I was having. And of course, you gotta brand it and make it look good. Thanks for watching. More to come soon.